Welcome back to the sweatshop, boys and girls. In today's video, we're going to be working on this 2013 Hyundai Santa Fe 2-liter Sport. Boys and girls, in today's video, we're going to be showing you how to swap out the right quarter tail light on this 2013 Hyundai Santa Fe. It is definitely something that you boys and girls can do at home. It is not a hard job. It is the same process essentially for changing out the bulbs on this car, and is something that is really simple. All you need, boys and girls, is a couple of simple hand tools and you can take care of this job. Now, that being said, what I would like to tell you, and one of the mistakes that a lot of people make because they are generally trusting. People of my province, or Canadians in general, to be honest with you, are generally really trusting. Unfortunately, the companies that we give money to for insurance aren't very nice or forthcoming, in my opinion. They suck. So, one of the biggest mistakes that I've seen is for little things that happen on a car, say as a broken windshield or broken taillight lens or something that is, most times that is relatively cheap to fix or inexpensive, generally can be blown out of proportion, and people don't usually understand the coverage that they have with their insurance policies. So, they call the insurance company and they usually get reamed. They're probably going to take advantage of you and you're not going to feel very good. So boys and girls, the first thing I would say is do not call your insurance company. Unless it is major damage, don't call them first. If it's something that's small and simple that you can take care of, or someone that you trust, like body shop or mechanic, or a person that's handy that you might know, do that first if it's something small like a tail light. That being said, boys and girls, the second thing I would do is check online for the pricing to see what these things may cost. This one here locally is apparently a bit rare right now. For whatever reason, they don't make an aftermarket replacement, and I think the scrapyards know that, so they jacked the price up pretty good. I was able to get one locally for what I feel is a bit of a hefty sum, upwards of $150 odd, which, whatever. I needed to get the light and everybody else seems to not have it around. So we got one that's in really good condition. There's no damage, scraping, or anything wrong with this light. So, of course, we're going to show you the process of swapping it in today. Now, of course, boys and girls, before we get started with the repair, the last thing I want to tell you is, for some reason, some people don't think that these lenses can be of value, and a lot of people who have a busted lens, especially in the GTA or Toronto area, don't usually repair it, which is a pain in the ass. If you're not going to repair it, please do what my customer here has done and put some duct tape over the lens. It's ideal to get the color tape that is transparent, but if you don't, at least they're not going to be blinded by the light emitted from your actual taillight bulb, which can be quite distracting sometimes. So if you're not planning on repairing it, please do us all a favor and make sure you cover that light, because no one wants to be blinded by the light. It's not terrible in a lot of cars, but sometimes in some lenses, they do project light quite a lot, and it can blind the drivers behind you. So that's just one of my pet peeves. That and people driving with their high beams on. What the mother... I don't whatever. That's a whole nother discussion that we'll probably do some other day, boys and girls. Maybe I'll explain to a lot of folks out there how the high beam works and what that little blue light means on your dashboard and why it is important to take it off. That being said, boys and girls, of course, before we get started with today's video, do me a big favor, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss one of my new videos. Now, let's get to the live action. So, boys and girls, as you can see here, this is the damage that was sustained to the light. We have a hole in the light that is, of course, covered up by this wonderful duct tape job. Obviously, the lens isn't terrible, but of course it should be replaced as per our safety code here in Ontario. We also should be replacing it because of the issue that I said earlier. If you can imagine, the amount of light coming out at this thing in the dark of night can be kind of distracting to other drivers, and you don't want to have one of them kiss you in the rear end because you had a bad taillight and they have a lack of skill. This job here, boys and girls, is definitely really easy. Doesn't take very much. All you'll need is to gain access to your trunk, because there are 2 bolts over here that you'll need to loosen up. So let's pop that trunk open. With our trunk open, boys and girls, we can see here that we need a number 3 Phillips bit in order to peel off these 2 fasteners. Don't lose your fasteners, put them in a safe place. The nice thing about this hole in the lamp is that we can use it to leverage the lamp out of place. That was extremely easy. Usually, on this side here, there is a clip that will hold this light in for dear life, which can be a real pain in the ass. Now, with our light out of place, what we need to do is just slide it into place because you don't want it dangling or scratching the paint on the vehicle. Then we need to get ourselves a small pocket-sized flat screwdriver so we can disconnect our harness. In case you're wondering, boys and girls, on the side of the lamp, this here is the clip that I was talking about. Thankfully, it's not really doing much of a good job, which is great for us today because, man, that thing can be a real pain in the ass to pull off sometimes. You gotta smack it like it owes you money. From the side of the light, do not smash it extra hard because if you break it, well, no one's gonna be happy. Of course, it doesn't really matter because this one's already broken, but you don't want to break the clip either. What you're going to do now is take your pocket-sized screwdriver and just eject the clip by pushing down the tab here and then twisting the screwdriver to lift the harness out of place. Then you can simply just remove it. And there you go, boys and girls. That's all she wrote. Your light is now ready to be swapped out. Now, of course, if you picked up a light from the wrecker, it may come with a harness. It is exactly the same process, boys and girls. You may even be able to do it by hand, like I did. Now, there is some prep work that you'd like to do before you put this new assembly in, and I'll show you just what to do. So, boys and girls, as you can see here, we have two clips. These two clips obviously receive something. Those two pins over there. So, what we're going to do is apply some silicone lubricant to these two clips here, as well as this clip, so that they slide off easily the next time we have to service this thing. That being said, we would also like to spray some silicone lubricant on that gasket, because those gaskets like to get mushroomed a bit sometimes, and they like to cause you a problem and not allow you to seat your connector properly, which can be a pain in the ass. So, boys and girls, grab yourself some silicone lubricant. This here, boys and girls, is one of the best products from Mopar. You can see there, boys and girls, that it is quite flammable and it is very dangerous. So wear a mask and do not use this around an open flame because shit isn't going to go very well. Of course, boys and girls, if you've watched my videos in the past, you should know that it is very important to shake whatever lubricant that you are going to use before using it. So shake well. Definitely the right. Always feels better with the right. And then apply. This is paint safe, so you're good to go. Of course, you don't want it to leave any residue, so if you did what I did and you have a little bit dripping onto your paint, just wipe it off. Get a decently clean rag and just wipe. That sounded weird. Get a decently clean rag, boys and girls, and just give it a nice wipe. And of course, grab your light and just give it a spurt inside the connector. This thing, man, oh man, look at all that. It's going to get on my lens. Damn it. This lubricant is safe for wiring, so you're good to go. Make sure you read the instructions on yours to verify that it is safe. Now, what we're going to do, boys and girls, is just clip it into place and verify that everything works before we put this thing home. Of course, slide it into place. You don't want the thing dangling. And now, let's test those lights. Well, boys and girls, as you can see, we are good to go. Here's a word of advice, boys and girls, before you go ahead and throw these number 3 Phillips screws back in. What you want to do is inspect them for any developing rust. The reason being, boys and girls, if you are from the Rust Belt, these things like to seize into place in those little clips and then spin them, which can be a real pain in the ass. So what you want to do is apply some grease if there is any sort of developing rust after you grind it off, of course, or replace those bolts altogether. That way, you're not crying yourself to sleep at night one day when you have to remove this thing and it just won't come out. Of course, you can fire these guys home. Be sure to be very gentle if you're using an impact driver, and then use a screwdriver to torque it properly. Of course, boys and girls, the proper torque is not so tight that you break the screw or damage it, and not so loose that the light falls out. There we go, boys and girls. That is the end of the road. Very simple. Not a hard job. Definitely something you guys can do at home. So, boys and girls, there you go. It's not very hard to fix something like that if you have this issue on your own, especially with the help of this video. Besides me showing you how to replace your light, the purpose of this video is to make sure that you guys and gals out there aren't afraid of doing this sort of stuff yourself, it is not hard, and it's something that you definitely don't want to call your insurance about, because those guys, in my experience, will generally take you for a ride. And of course, if you open up any sort of claim, boys and girls, they're going to take full advantage of that come renewal time and call it what is generally a general increase. Yeah, I've heard that a good few times in my 20 years of insurance. It's a really crappy industry here in Ontario. So yeah, be very wary of the insurance companies. They like to charge you for whatever excuse they can grab. Now, before you go ahead and toss your old light, boys and girls, what you can do if you like your car is hold on to a few different parts. There is the harness here, which is still in good condition, as well as the bulbs themselves. So if you are cheap like myself, you would definitely hold on to that stuff. That way you don't have to pay out of pocket for it if it ever does go on you. But of course, knowing my luck, if you do that, boys and girls, it'll probably sit on your shelf for a good 10-year period. And then once you toss it, of course, that is the part that you will need. That is just the way things work in a shop somehow. I don't understand it. Whatever, that's just the way she goes. Anyhow, you can pull those guys off if you like, save those bulbs and that harness. I'm not saying this is an issue with the Hyundai Santa Fe. Some of you guys out there, especially Hyundai fans, get really offended quickly. I don't understand that. So yeah, don't take offense to it, boys and girls. Just pull the parts off. You never know if you might need them or not. That being said, of course, boys and girls, you will need that small screwdriver to release whatever clips if you are going to pull it off. And of course, to do this job, you'll also need a number 3 Phillips bit in order to tackle this job. Literally only 2 tools, boys and girls, and a pair of hands. And of course, you can employ the use of a impact driver to speed things along. That being said, boys and girls, I hope you have found this informative and you have learned, don't call your insurance company first. Talk to your trusted mechanic or auto body shop, and be wary of that stuff too. Most guys in my trade are pretty sleazy. So yeah, well, in Ontario or the GTA region, I can vouch for that kind of shitty behavior in our industry, unfortunately. So yeah, just be careful out there, whatever you do, boys and girls, and yeah, good luck. Of course, boys and girls, I hope you found this video informative as well as entertaining. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss one of my new videos. And as always, thank you for watching. We will see you in the next one. Welcome back to the sweatshop, boys and girls. In today's video, we're going to be replacing the right-hand taillight on this 2000... Oh, why am I pointing? Not even in frame, stupid Jimmy. Welcome back to the sweatshop, boys. Oh, stop drifting, you fuck. Welcome back to the sweatshop, boys and girls. Today we're going to be working on this 2013 Hyundai 2-liter turbo. Oops, I forgot the Santa Fe part. Damn it. I just rambled on quite a bit. Damn it. I don't know what the hell I just said. Then we'll need to get a flat screwdriver so we can work off. As you can see here, boys and girls, these fucking compressor. My neighbor's compressor is a royal pain in the dingus end. It is a pain in the arse, boys and girls. That shit just comes on right when I'm in the flow, and you can hear it still fucking running away. Shit runs every like 15 minutes, man. It's a pain in the ass. Whatever, it's life. Everybody needs compressed air, I guess, when you're in a shop. Fuck. This is probably the best Mopar product that I've seen in a long time. That's a Chrysler knock, in case you're wondering. It is quite toxic, so make sure you do this in a space that is well ventilated, or you wear a mask. Do not have it around anything that is lit. Do not inhale, lick, or touch. And yes, boys and girls, it is an aerosol, so yeah. I don't know why I went through all that, but whatever. You can see there that it is quite flammable. Oh boy. And of course, don't forget to connect it. Here's the tip, boys and girls. Before you go ahead and put these guys back in, make sure you inspect them for any rust or developing rust, because why don't you focus, you fuck? There we go. Oh, damn it. 2 tools, Jimmy. That is a 3. Fuck. There goes that fucking compressor. If you do that, you'll also need just a 3mm. You'll also need a 3